Hey, what's up? This is Chris.
And I'm Tim from Underoath, and you're watching Metal Nexus.
So how's your day going so far? How long have you been on this current tour you're on?
It's been like a week,
Yeah,
I think.
Played our third club show yesterday.
Yeah, just getting started. So I think we're at a point now where we're finally getting in a groove, feeling good about it. So
Last night, Knoxville, pretty short trip here today, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, low key. We actually started. Our first show was Friday last week
Yeah.
at a Wimmer festival. So we've done 3
Oh, yeah?
festivals, 3 club shows with the day off.
So Rockville, the first one, or was it Fort Rock?
Rockville,
Rockville.
Fort Rock,
Yeah.
Okay.
Fort Rock.
then
is the same.
Birmingham, Athens, Knoxville, and then today. Yeah.
So been 8 years since your previous release. How do you think Erase Me has been in comparison to previous records?
In what way? I'm sorry.
Because it had been so long,
Yeah.
since a record, is there anything you tried to do specifically on this record, to put another mark on your legacy as a band?
I don't think there was a ton of thought like that went into it. It was more, I think, when we decided that we wanted to make a record, it was more just we knew that we wanted it to be something special to us. And I've said this before, but I think really one of the only things that was a conscious thought was we weren't worried about trying to make it sound like Underoath.
Right.
Like we weren't trying to write to make it sound a certain way. We were just more, taking my taste and Tim's taste and Aaron and Spencer and, just kind of bringing everything together and being open to trying anything. And that was a big thing that we were trying to focus on this record, and I think it worked out really well.
Yeah, and I think you made it a rule during the recording to not say that's not Underoath.
Yeah.
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 So how do you feel that helped the overall creativity within the recording process?
I think it helped a lot in the sense that, we kind of approached this record differently in the sense that instead of having a vision and making sure that everything fit a vision, like we let the songs dictate what the vision was, and anything was basically allowed to be brought up until it wasn't making sense. Where in the previous records, it's always been, that doesn't make enough sense, so we're not going to let it in. And this time we just took every weird idea, tried to work on them, or at least gave it a chance, and then started passing on songs or doubling down and working on something else, just based on wherever we wanted to go as a team, rather than just having one specific box and every song that fit in there. So it was a pretty big difference.
Do you think there's a song maybe that's on this record that maybe 8 or 10 years ago you would never released or put on an album?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there one that stands out the most?
Not one in particular. I think songs, because the album's super dynamic in that, there's like a lot of like super heavy stuff, but then there's like, more like straight up rock songs. I think that those songs more like Rapture,
Wake Me,
I Hate It, I Gave Up, songs like that. Those were ones that we would not have even tried to make work in the past, but we had the ideas, and then we all actually came together on them, and I think they turned out awesome.
Speaking of Rapture, Spencer said the song Rapture is not about sex. So what is it about?
What is it about?
Sex. It's just about him and Aaron. They had a weird night, and that's what it's about.
Together.
That's great. I'm sure he'll love that answer too.
Yeah. No, I really actually don't know what it's about. The lyrics were written before we even touched it, because that was actually a song Spencer was writing for another project. So we all were doing our own music, so when we all came together, we had a bunch of stuff for other things, and that was one of them. And so it almost came complete, and then we just kind of really worked out a lot of the kinks and added a lot more vibe to it, and made it more us. So whatever the context was, I don't know.
Now, you're also, later today, you're playing a secret Zippo acoustic session. Do you play many acoustic sets? Do you practice for acoustic stuff like this? Or
Aaron and Speed do.
Yeah, Aaron and Spencer are the ones that are doing that, and they practice a good bit for those to make sure that stuff's translating and it's not just taking something that's like heavy and putting it on an acoustic guitar and singing over it, because a lot of times that doesn't work out too well.
Now, I know you wrote 20, 30 songs originally whenever you went into the recording studio, or at some point you had like 20, 30 songs.
Yeah,
something
ideas,
like that.
yeah, about that.
So is there any completed that didn't make the record that you plan to do anything with later on?
No, there were 2 songs that were completed that were just initially not going to be released, but we ended up releasing those as a like an exclusive thing with Target, because they wanted 2 songs. They wanted to know if we had any songs that were not going to make the record, and that's what ended up happening with those. So
are they one of the stores that's going to stop selling CDs?
yeah, we got in right at the end.
Yeah. I think everyone's going to stop selling CDs.
Yeah, CDs are. Yeah, it's not going to be much longer.
Yeah, you'll be able to order them online and digitally. That's about it.
Yeah. It's all about vinyl. So yeah.
So because CDs are going like away like that, do you think it takes away the appeal of album art, or how much thought you put into album art?
No, I think. Sorry, I just keep talking. You go ahead.
No, you're good.
Oh, I think that it actually increases the appeal of it, because people who are buying physical media now are buying vinyl, and the album art in vinyl is even more important than it is on a CD, because you get such a bigger product. So like, I actually think that's awesome, because it puts more emphasis on making sure that the art's cool, because if it's not cool, you're gonna know it's not cool in a real big format.
Right, yeah.
So yeah,
I agree with you. And I don't know about nationally, but even my local Walmart sells vinyl now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
I mean it's coming in, and I don't know how long that trend will last, but for now it's the coolest thing out, and I think vinyl's been around for forever, so I don't see it going away.
Has Race Me on the release on vinyl too?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different versions on it. Yeah, gatefolds and die cuts and everything. So yeah, we really put a lot of emphasis on making sure the packaging was awesome.
Now, for this record, I know that you've moved away from the Christian kind of label. Do you think that's allowed you to create music with less pressure or in a more creative way?
I don't know about musically if it has. I mean, because that really never played a part in like the actual music we were writing. But I think lyrically for Aaron and Spencer, it's freed them up to be a lot more honest and a lot less worried about what people are going to think about what they're writing, and focusing more on just like writing what they're actually going through, which I think is ultimately a positive thing.
And guys, we certainly look forward to your set today. We're going to check out the acoustic set also.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
What do you got coming up over the next couple months that your fans can look forward to?
We do this tour, No Fix Tour, which is what we're on now. That goes till the end of May. We're going to Europe in June. Back on Warped Tour for a few shows and a couple big festivals in July. And then we go back to Europe in August for Reading and Leeds.
Are you doing the whole final Warp run?
No, we're just going to do 3 or 4 dates. And then we have a big tour in the fall, November, December. We'll be coming back hitting all the major cities.
Was it pretty important to you guys to at least be on a couple dates of that final national
It was.
Warp run?
Yeah, because that tour and Kevin really played an integral part in our career becoming anything. Like, I think there's a definitive shift between Underoath pre being on Warped Tour and post being on Warped Tour. And Kevin gave us a shot when we were not really anybody. So it's it means a lot to be able to see him out.
Well, guys, like they said, definitely see them on festivals this summer. Check them out in Warped Tour. They got a couple big tours coming up, and then Reading and Leeds as well. Plenty of opportunities to see Underoath. If you haven't picked up Erase Me, make sure to do so now. Guys, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.